in a slight contrast with the soy conservative movement, their god emperor was not on the debate stage, but he did give an interview with Tucker Carlson that's being touted as the most watched video in internet history. Guys, can you believe 223 million people all watched Donald Trump's interview with Tucker Carlson on the Twitter X network?
I mean, that's what the number says underneath the video.
Yeah.
So that can't be faked in any way.
When I look at the video, it says 223 million.
Yeah,
I guess I mean there were some funny clips that we'll get into in a second, but I guess just like when I saw that, okay, Trump, and he was absolutely right to not do any of these debates. He's got nothing to gain from them. But I don't really know. Like, I mean, Tucker Carlson's online talk show. I mean, he should have done the Adam Friedland show. He's probably got more viewers than Tucker does at this point. And the thing is, though, like, you remember from like all those leaked Fox News like emails as part of the lawsuit. Like, we know for a fact that like Tucker was sending emails being like, I hate Donald Trump. I hate talking about him. I hate talking to him. I wish he were dead so I could literally talk about anything else. But then as soon as old DJT picks up the phone, Tucker throws him right on the fucking show. I mean, I thought he was unchained. He could do whatever he wants now, but he's still got to fucking suck off this fucking fat moron.
Tucker is in, I never see him anymore. I used to see him all the fucking time.
Yeah.
No, he is in.
I thought I would be seeing. I thought because like Twitter was going to be like his broadcast platform, I'd see more of him. But no, in fact, like I almost never hear about him at all anymore.
Yeah, I mean, all alt tech, and it's weird that you could like put Twitter in that now. I guess there's a similar thing with all of it. Someone pointed out that like Rumble. Like Rumble certainly like has more users than it did 2 years ago. I mean, one would hope, like the amount of money they've poured into it. But like someone pointed out that most people big people from YouTube who've gone to Rumble, all their content is crying about not being on YouTube and having to be on Rumble.
Yeah. Crowder starts his live streams on YouTube and then like he transitions to Rumble. And then he's like, "Oh, here we're gonna do the real shit for the true Crowder heads out there." And then on the Rumble show, he just whines about how he doesn't have any viewers.
Yeah, the only thing he presumably like does on Rumble that he can't do on YouTube is like, I guess, like vividly sexually assault Brian Callen.
Do you think Epstein killed himself sincerely?
I don't know. I will say that he was a fixture in Palm Beach.
Yeah.
I don't know what Barr said about it either. I have no idea what he said. What did he say? He killed himself, probably?
He said he killed himself and that they were going to do this investigation. They never did the investigation. It's never been public. And they hid it. And like, why are they doing that? And clearly Barr knew. But why would Bill Barr be covering up the death of Jeffrey Epstein?
Bill Barr didn't do an investigation on the election fraud either, okay? He said he did, and he pretended he did, but he didn't.
But I mean, like, aside from Tucker continuing to debase himself for 220 million unique views, for sure, the best part of the Trump Tucker like interview was that Tucker kept trying to goad him into saying, "We're going to have a civil war if I'm convicted," and Epstein didn't kill himself. And Trump just wasn't happy.
Based.
He wasn't. He didn't.
Please be
based.
Do you think we're moving towards civil war?
There's tremendous passion and there's tremendous love. January 6th was a very interesting day because they don't report it properly.
And Matt, the Civil War thing is such fucking cope because it didn't work out with Trump. He didn't usher in the 1,000-year Reich. He's indicted, but for like 80 different felonies. He's probably going to be convicted of at least one of them. And here's a good indication that there's not going to be a civil war. Donald Trump is turning himself in to be processed right now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we talked about this when we were in Canada. Why doesn't Trump just not show up to be booked in Georgia and just tell Ron DeSantis tell Ron DeSantis, your state troopers are now my Praetorian Guard. What are you going to do? Hand me over to the feds?
He couldn't do that if he wants to be president.
He should just make Mar-a-Lago like the kind of Avignon papacy of America.
He can't though because he doesn't. Because at the end of the day, he's as much on the leash as any of us are. He just is able to like not care about certain levels of like optics because of just his titanic ego and the fact that his connection to his supporters is so personalized. But he doesn't have the imagination or the stones to genuinely confront like American institutions in any meaningful way. He'll show up and get his fucking picture taken.
I like the idea of him constantly going on the run around Florida with the 20 co-conspirators like Dutch Vanderland. I mean, what is January 6th but a Dutch Vanderland style plot? Arthur, I need you to put on a stupid headdress and pee in Nancy Pelosi's desk drawer.
They send the Pinkertons after them.
Yeah.
But no, Tucker kept trying to goad him into being based and talking about a civil war or Jeffrey Epstein, and all Trump was giving him was going, there are a lot of people, they're very passionate, and they love their country. Jeffrey, he was a fixture around Palm Beach, and he had very nice houses, but not so much anymore, so I think he killed himself. Bye-bye. His response to Trump said, I believe Epstein killed himself because he had many nice houses, and he was facing very unpleasant things.
What did Tucker expect Trump to say? Tucker can't be that fucking stupid where he thinks that
Trump says all the things about stolen election, rigged election, perfect phone call. He'll say all that stuff because it directly affects him. Whereas Epstein, whether he was murdered or suicided, what does he give a shit? He doesn't give a shit. So he just believes what he sees on the TV.
Yeah.
There were let's watch a couple of clips from the Tucker, because there were some good Trump moments. Can we watch the one about the mosquitoes?
Why is China allowed to conduct imperialism in our hemisphere?
Well, yeah, and it's far beyond Cuba. It's all over South America.
Yeah, in the Caribbean.
So we built a thing called the Panama Canal. We lost 35,000 people to the mosquito, malaria.
Yeah.
We lost 35,000 people We lost 35,000 people because of the mosquito. Vicious. They had to build under nets. It was one of the true great wonders of the world. As he said, one of the 9 wonders of the world. No, it was one of the 7. This happened a little while ago, It says 9 wonders of the world. You could make 9 wonders. He would have been better off if he stuck with the 9 and just said, yeah, I think it's 9. But this is one of the true 7 wonders of the world.
and this is all because Tucker was trying to goad him into talking about Chinese imperialism in South America.
And meanwhile, he's just his brain is just pinging off like a fucking David McCullough book that he listened to 10 years ago.
The mosquito, awful. The mosquito,
nasty
very
creatures.
Vicious.
Yeah,
nasty, vicious mosquito.
He makes it sound like it was one mosquito who killed 35,000 people.
Big. He's a big guy.
Yeah,
300 feet tall. You'd show up, bing bong, boom, boom. He'd suck our guys up. They're gone.
Yeah, that was Mosquito X.
The Panama Canal, the 9th wonder of the world. We should, Trump was right. We should have some modern wonders of the world.
Should.
And,
we got to get some more wonders. When do we stop? How stupid are we? We stop making wonders.
Chris, did you have the clip where he calls Asa Hutchinson Ada?
Well, I don't want to really use names, but it wouldn't matter too much. A guy like, I call him Ada Hutchinson. It's Asa, but I call him Ada.
What do you call him Ada?
I could tell you, but I don't want to get myself in a little trouble. But he's weak and pathetic, and it was, I never understood the guy. I never knew him.
He's weak and pathetic. Look, I call him Ada Wong. Ada Wong. She worked for the Umbrella Corporation, but she was a double agent. She helped Leon Kennedy, Raccoon City. There's a lot of big alligators there. We don't know what to do with them, but we're
20 years ago, she'd wear a dress no matter what the weather. Now it's a jumper.
It's got a gun with a little grappling hook on it.
I like the idea.
The Las Plagas, they're very vicious. We lost thousands to the Plagas.
I like whenever he says, I can't say this because I'll get in trouble, is my favorite thing. But I like this one because it's I guess the implication being I don't want to get in trouble for dead naming.
I did really like what he said about Kamala Harris. Where he said she speaks in rhyme. She says she speaks in rhyme. It's weird. Well, the way she talks, the bus will go here and then the bus will go there because that's what buses do.
That doesn't rhyme.
Yeah, I don't.
That is not a rhyme. That's not rhyming, Mr. President.
So back to Biden, I'm interested. So you think he's failing? He obviously is failing. I think it's clear to everybody. But that would make Kamala Harris the candidate?
Well, not really. I mean, I guess they'd have maybe a free-for-all. A lot of people say she has to remain for certain reasons the candidate. She has to. I don't think that's true, actually. I don't think that other people would stand for it. She has some bad moments. Her moments are almost as bad as his. I think his are worse, actually.
Yeah. She seems pretty senile, too.
She speaks in rhyme. It's weird. It's weird. But she has bad moments. And
in rhyme? What do you...
Well, the way she talks, the bus will go here and then the bus will go there because that's what buses do. And it's weird. The whole thing is weird. This is not a president of the United States future.
I love it. I love it because he's trying to reference the hilarious moment when Kamala Harris was singing the Wheels on the Bus to a completely different melody than that song.
Wheels on the bus go round and round.
But then he can't remember the actual words to the Wheels on the Bus.
Because he's never taken a school bus. He's never been on a school bus. That man has never hailed to the bus driver man.
Yeah, it is a game of telephone between two people taking different types of pharmaceuticals that were otherwise discontinued during the Reagan administration.
Yes.
Well, I mean, like, that was a pretty low energy interview for both Trump and Tucker. But I mean, you can see why he's lapping the rest of these fucking losers.
Yeah, he's funny. He's enjoyable.
Ada Hutchinson, he's weak and pathetic.